It for years now. It's the Writers and Illustrators of the Future podcast in 3 categories: education, storyteller drama, and art. So this show is based on the world-famous Writers of the Future contest created in 1983 by L. Ron Hubbard and provides advice and tips from contest judges, international best-selling authors, world-class artists, contest winners, and industry professionals for writers and illustrators wanting to take their next step. So go to podcastawards.com and nominate the Writers and Illustrators of the Future podcast in all 3 categories. That was education, storyteller drama, and art. And that's podcastawards.com. So take a moment and get your votes in. It's time for you to get out and nominate your favorite podcast. The show I want you to consider for the People's Choice Podcast Awards is The Outer Realm. And that's in the category of Best Female Hosted Podcast. The Outer Realm is a popular show hosted by Michelle DeRoche and Amelia Pisano, which has millions of listeners each week. They are well known for their laid-back, roundtable style of interviewing. Together, this dynamic duo brings you the best of the best with guests from around the world who are well-versed within their respective fields of ufology, paranormal, cryptozoology, folklore, and anything else that would be deemed outside the realm of normal. Michelle is an international public figure who has spent the last 2 decades working in the international paranormal community, in research and media. Amelia is a remote viewing medium with 10 years of working with missing children, as well as cold and active murder cases. So go to podcastawards.com to nominate The Outer Realm in the category of Best Female Hosted Podcast. That's podcastawards.com. It's super easy. So just please take a moment and get out and go vote.
Tune in to UFO Undercover, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, with your host, Joe Montaldo, right here on the Paranormal Radio Network.
I had enough.
Well, you drove out there into the middle of nowhere and had some sort of loud verbal display challenging ET in general out in the middle of nowhere?
That's what I was doing. I actually had a pistol in my hand at the time. I was really ticked off. When I was having this fit, I was waving the gun in the air, okay, and I had this fit. And at this moment, I said, okay.
He was a Louisiana man named Montaldo. Folks around called him Six Gun Joe. Worked with ICAR, don't you know? Investigating UFOs. Out for a drive with a gal one night, they stopped to check out the reporting site. When an alien lit right there on the ground, he commenced to throwing his weight around. Now, old Six Gun didn't take too kindly to that kind of thing, especially without Vaseline or anything like that, Seriously. Well, Six Gun looked that critter right in the eye and said, "Any last wish before you die?" Yo, reached for his gun, quick as a twitch, and said, "Fill your claw, you son of a bitch." Now a legend spread across the land about this pistol-waving man. But if you're from space or from Earth below, you don't give no lip to Six Gun Joe.
Welcome to UFO Undercover with your host, Joe Montaldo.
Well, thank you, Tasha, for that sweet and lovely intro there. God, I was about to fall asleep back there. Jeez, I'm sorry, guys. I know y'all going to get used to the promos again. They'll be new show promos coming on, new stuff coming on, new commercials for different companies, new advertisers. So we'll be back to at least 16 minutes per 2 hour show and 7 to 8 minutes per 1 hour show. So it wouldn't matter anyway. Y'all hear other stuff when that's going on anyhow. It's just usually music or something more interesting. Tonight I have Emily and John Goodwin with us tonight. They are fantastic people. They're a lot of fun to hang out with. They're both crazier than I am, just so we know that going in. Why they do some of the stuff they do is beyond me, but they are really a lot of fun to hang out with. And frankly, really and truly, for the amount of effort they put in, they get so much reward, not for themselves, but for so many more people. And we'll talk about that later in the show. John, Emily, welcome. How are y'all been?
Hey, Joe.
I hear John's been running you ragged as usual. So, I'm picking on him now. I seen some video. I seen some pictures. How come when I always see these pictures and video, Emily's always going, doing some stuff. Every now and then I'll see John. I'm like, what the hell's John at? I'm picking on John, guys, because he's taking the pictures. But still, somebody's got to be taking them damn pictures. But anyway, nice to see y'all. So before we even talk about the awards, how was San Diego?
San Diego Comic-Con. So finally, after 3 years, they had another Comic-Con. I thought it was great. It was less people than usual, so it wasn't quite so crowded. It wasn't like a full-on mosh pit Saturday down the main aisle. So,
but it was still like 175,000 people a day.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of people, but it was not as crowded as usual, and people were very well behaved, and people had their masks on, and a lot of people were excited to be back out again. And we had a good time.
Was anybody dressing up or?
Oh yeah, there were a lot of people dressed up. Cosplay was a little bit less than usual. Saturday they had the big masquerade and costume contest, so there were more on Saturday. But overall there was maybe 30% dressed up, whereas before it was probably 50%.
That makes sense. I mean, things are expensive this year, so I was talking to a friend of mine who's going to dress up for Dragon Con, and he goes, Dan, I usually buy this makeup, costs about $100. So he says $400 this year.
Wow.
He said, my wife looked at me like, it's not going to happen. I said,
you can wear these Superman PJs.
I'm not dressing. I'll be there, but I'm not dressing. I'll just be walking around and generally making an annoyance out of myself.
So are you going to be at Dragon Con in Salt Lake City?
Yes, I'm going to both. So
Awesome.
I'm bringing my son and my probably to be future and daughter-in-law with me to Atlanta. Because my sister wants to meet him anyway, so I'm going to bring her up there, and then they're going to go do whatever they're going to do. I told them they got to work a little press for me, but for the most part, they can just roam around and whatever money they want to spend, they can go ahead and do. I'm going to be just milling around, talking to come see y'all, probably come bug y'all quite a bit. I know quite a other people who are going to be there, and then I know Jody and some other the authors told me they would be there at their table as well. So I told them I'd stop by and generally harass them, make it just general nuisance out of myself, and see what kind of.
We've got at both Dragon Con and FanX, we have an arrangement with the both organizers that any of our writers and illustrators of future winners who want to attend, they'll give them complimentary professional passes, and then we provide a space at our booth for them to do book signing.
Wow, that's excellent.
They bring any books that they've published since winning the contest, and we give them a space, and they keep 100% of whatever they sell. We just do this to help them, and it's been a really good thing. The contest continues to grow. Atlanta and Salt Lake City.
I've been seeing somebody's face a lot lately. What is that little dude's name? Oh, wow, I can remember his name now. That kind of a crude cut. Why can't I remember? Desmond, is that his name? I don't know. For some, I've been seeing his face all over the place lately. What is going on with this guy?
Well, he was the grand prize winner, and he's a PR man for the military, so he's a real go-getter.
I've just seen him in different places, I seen him at some kind of signing or something, and then I seen him a couple of different places besides that. I'm like, okay, well, I'm always glad to see people busy and making a difference.
Like a half a dozen events so far, even more than that, for the winners. And so she sets them up. We had one last night. We have another one tomorrow night.
Two tomorrow night.
Two tomorrow night.
One is a virtual event, and then one is in Park City,
which is right near Salt Lake City.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's right there. Yeah, when you what's his name talked me into coming up to Salt Lake this year. I can't remember this guy's name.
Blake Castleman.
Yeah, we sat and talked on and off for that day he was there, and he talked me. And I said, well, you know what? I said, if the wife wants to come, I'll come up. And so I talked to her. She's like, "Yeah, we'll go." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine. We'll just, I was planning on flying, but
The drive is beautiful.
Yeah.
no, it is because I know. I went up to speak at a UFO conference up there, Utah UFO conference or something, and it's outdoor too. It's a great place, man. Beautiful park they had it in. I mean, I really enjoyed myself. But I remember driving up. North of Texas is kind of ugly. Look, Texan people, I love y'all. I got friends and family in Texas, but God, your state is ugly. But I mean, the middle of it is anyway. The top and the bottom. Well, the bottom's not ugly, but the rest of the state. Come on, it's windmill and goats, people. What do you expect me to say? But we drove up through there, and then I was in Wichita, Texas, and then we drove into New Mexico. Went a couple places. I think it was Carlsbad, and then we went and seen the spaceport, a couple other places besides that. Stopped off, and then we stopped off in Sedona, Arizona. I drove down to Laughlin, Nevada, then to Vegas, Nevada, and then out to San Diego, and then LA, and then back.
Zigzag. Wow.
I don't know. Laughlin we were going to because we were going to an event. So we stopped. We were in Laughlin for 10 days, and then we headed down to Vegas. We were going to gamble for a few days, and I don't know. I got the itch to go because somebody said, "Well, LA is only like 5 hours." I'm like, "Really?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Well, shit, get in the car. Let's go. Let's go see what we can see." So we drove down there. We hung out in San Diego, then LA. Then we took a little tour up. Then I'd never been on Highway 1 before, so I took her for a little ride for about an hour. So you gotta see, she's been all over the East. You gotta go see the West some,
Yeah.
So you can't live without seeing California.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yes, people. No, I was talking about Northern California people. No, I'm just kidding. Everybody writes to me. I like California. I don't have any problems with it. Nobody's out there has ever bothered me. I've been out there 2-3 dozen times, and I've never had any problems. I was stationed out there and never had any problems. Well, I was stationed in San Diego, but everybody's always friendly to me. I guess because I'm scary looking. They're like, "Oh, God, you get a guy who can't speak English. Be nice to him. He might get you." So, anybody famous at the San Diego Con? Anybody showed up?
Yeah, there were a lot of famous people there, but they were all up in panels and stuff. We were mainly in the exhibit hall.
Fun, man.
But we made good friends with one of the.
Oh yeah, so we were next door, right next to us. The booth, we had one booth, Galaxy Press, on the corner, and right next to us was the Lord of the Rings booth. So all the cast from the new Amazon show came by, and they were at the booth, and some of the cast from the Lord of the Rings film and Hobbit, they were there doing autographs.
So y'all must have been right up their alley, man. The stuff that gets written for y'all.
Oh yeah, we all became like best friends, all of us, and they're going to be at Dragon Con, so you get to meet them down there.
Well, that's cool because I'll look forward to meeting because I was just thinking about y'all the day before yesterday. I just got through with 35, I think it was. I got an urge to read back a couple of them. I don't know. That really, you can read through them really fast. So, I mean, it's not.
It's just nice short fiction.
Well, because it's not like you get involved in a novel or something where you're all over the place. You just no. Yes. When I say that, ladies and gentlemen, it's wait, hold on. I'm giving people a bad idea. Hold on, let me show you. Do I have? Yeah, I do have 38 here actually. Still, this one stays around because it's got an autograph. See, it's not exactly like the skinny book, people. I don't want y'all to get the wrong idea. Oh, and this was last year or this year, I should say. No, well, y'all can't see it like that.
Yeah, so that one did really well at Comic-Con San Diego. We get a lot of
great stories in it.
Yeah.
The last 3 years winners I've got to meet, they're all great people. They're a lot of fun too. Most of them are a lot of fun. Some are a little inverted, but most of them are fun and are enjoying even more now because I've talked to a few of them since this has all happened. And lately, everybody I've talked to has been all upbeat and happy. And of course, I've been harassing y'all's judges lately, though. Yeah. Speaking of which, where's Carmen? I'm glad I remember. I got to call Carmen. Tell Carmen I said I love you. Next time y'all see me, you'll know what I mean. Guys, I'm sorry. That's inside stuff. I apologize, people. So now y'all resting now, and then where y'all next. I know y'all going up to Dragon Con, but that's not for another 2 months. So, well, not even 2 months. It's a month and a half.
Oh, not even.
A month and a week. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going backwards fast here.
So we'll be preparing for that. And then FanX is like directly following that. And
what is that, like 12 days or something difference? 15? I know it's not like
in between, so it's pretty tight scheduling.
Yeah, because I was telling my son I'm gonna be going since I'm driving, so I'll be going at least 10, 12 days. I said, so I said, just consider you're going to have the company. I said, you'll get to come up to Atlanta with me, but once I come back, I'll be with you for a week. And then after that, don't expect to see me until, when you see me.
Christmas.
He
See
can
you.
handle it. I mean, he can handle it.
We've got the Hollywood Christmas Parade, which we're the green room for, and we host. So
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Y'all just never stop. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Who sent me that? No. You wait, because she's like, Emily don't sit good. She don't like to be still for long periods of time.
That's
Somebody-
actually true.
She's not. I can. Yeah, I know. Somebody just wrote in. Well, Emily don't look like she likes sitting or something. She's antsy. I said, no, she just don't like sitting. It's just who she is. she sits, after she's done wore her ass out for like 14, 15 hours. And then, yeah, she's ready to sit for a little while. And then John's like, we got to go now. Somebody got to rein her ass in. Oh, no, they're great. If y'all ever get to meet them, or if you're up in Dragon Con, if y'all are around, I'll introduce you. Because I know a lot of y'all are around. Oh, no, they're very approachable. You walk right up and say hi to them.
Yeah,
Well,
you come right
you can say hi to John. I would wait to see if Emily's had her coffee first. Let's just be honest.
Yay.
But no, I'm teasing you. They're very, very nice people. Just walk right up and say hi. Don't be rude, because they'll tell me if you're rude, and I know all you people. So all 2 million of y'all, I know who y'all are. I even got your address. See, when you log in the system, it tells me where you live. You got to pay attention here. So anyway, guys and girls, they're on with us tonight because we're playing around. But we have 5 shows again up for Podcast Awards this year. So it's at podcastawards.com. All the information is on the website. It's on our Facebook pages. You can find it in any archive that's been done this month. The information will be available there as well, so you can go check it out.
Emily's got the data right here too, so she can just quickly run through them.
Bill it out, girl.
She poked me. I wasn't supposed to do that. She just hit me. My leg off.
That is spousal abuse now. In the woke culture, that goes both ways now.
You guys are just teaming up on me today.
Not me. I'm sweet as innocent. Like I'm scared of you. I'm nice. Besides, Michelle said she'd hurt me if I was mean to you. So she's mean. So. Well, who's up? I'm not up for. Oh yeah, I am up for. What am I talking about? I was thinking about another award.
Yeah, so we've got the promo up at the head of this show. We had the Writers and Illustrators of the Future podcast in 3 categories of education, storyteller, drama, and art. So education, storyteller, drama, and art. And then your show, The Centralist.
Wait, before you go on, people, go vote for this show, because I want to hear him cry all this shit he didn't win. You hear me? I had to listen. Poor Emily and I will never hear the end of, God, why didn't I win? God, come on. What is it? No, I'm the one that's going to be whining all year. But anyway, go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
Okay, and then Joe with The Centralist in the category of politics and news. So he didn't play that promo at the head of this show. So we'll let Emily read it, because that's the voice that you're used to. Emily?
Okay, so The Centralist, I'm gonna read the little script here from John. The Centralist is a much different news and political program which is not deemed as opinion news. Listen as Joe Montaldo brings you just the facts from trusted sources, which will allow you, the people, to make up your own minds on the various stories being reported on. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then UFO Undercover in the category of entertainment. Emily?
Me again? It's your turn.
No.
No, it's your turn. We got to hear from your voice.
Okay. UFO Undercover brings you some of the most revealing and current research that is being done with respect to alien abductions and contact. Host Joe Montaldo has been an abduction researcher for over 35 years and is uniquely qualified to bring you live interviews with some of the most well-known researchers in ufology.
And that's the category of entertainment.
Yes.
So go vote.
Get your ass out there and vote. That ain't go vote. Get your ass out there. Look, didn't I just tell y'all I know where all y'all live? Did I make me run some super snoopers program? And, we can get up to 4 million on here. So don't make me run some super spy program, y'all, and just make your computer vote for me. So I'm trying to be nice, let you do it on your own, but I will get up there. Listen.
And then we have another one too that wasn't covered in the pre-show, which is Chasing Prophecy radio program in the category of society and cultures. Emily?
Okay, here we go. Take a ride down the rabbit hole with Jenny Nicasio, Sean Kelly, and Jason Iampietro. I hope I got their names right. Where each episode brings a roundtable approach to Conversations about supernatural phenomena, hidden societies, underground bunkers, magical conspiracies, the paranormal, cryptic creatures, aliens, ghosts, legends, and myths from around the world. Chasing Prophecy radio program dives into topics that entice the imagination and seduce the mind, some of which are taboo. Chasing Prophecy, where they discuss anything and everything beyond the scope of normal.
Yeah. Normally, I heard that.
Last but not least here, we've got our lovely ladies from Canada next to my lovely lady right next to me here. The Outer Realm in the category of Best Female Host.
You got that promo in the beginning, but obviously you need to get out and vote for Emilia and Michelle.
Yes, because they are whinier than I am. So get your ass out there and vote for these girls. I'll never hear the end of it if they don't win. Oh, no. I actually haven't seen it. I mean, I need to write to and see how she's feeling. But Joanne, hey, how you been, Joanne? How you been? Oh, how have you been? That's a friend of mine. That's just a friend of mine. We'll leave it at that. her daughter used to co-host with me a long time ago. She's a great co-host. She was maybe more insane than I was, but she's a great co-host. Guys, get out and vote. I want to win. I don't want to be bitching all year because I didn't win. Did I not warn you? Did I not bitch all year long because I didn't win? Every show, go back and listen. Every show I had to say something. Y'all lucky I was coming off of a hurricane last year. It would have been more bitching because for 6 months, it was so weird for me taking off 6 months from radio. That's the first time in 25 years I've ever missed that much radio. It was just weird. Every now and then I'd squeeze in a show, but it still was just weird for me. But it looks like the Centralist is getting picked up, so it's going to be on at least 4 or 5 FM stations starting in August 1st. So that was nice. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. It needs some work, and we'll just leave it at that. Yes, people, whoever wrote that, I am my own worst critic. Oh God, yes, I went like when I used to do news on the flip side, which that was a very well put together show. It was 4 hours. It had 5 segments in it. It had some satire. It had serious news. It had opinion news. It had international news. That was a serious thing. That's why it also had almost 5 million listeners. It was a great show. It was all over the place. Sean Hannity talked about it. Rachel Mad Cow Maddow talked about it. I mean, the show's doing well, but shit happens. We'll leave it at that. Anyway, why are we in purple tonight? I should have wore a purple tie to match that. Somebody changed the thing on me. I'm telling you what. So I want to win. Go vote for the Centralist and UFO Undercover. Just go vote for everybody. It's just easier just to vote for everybody. So start out with Chasing, work your way down through the list. So go to Chasing Prophecy, then the Outer Realm, then Writers of the Future, then UFO Undercover, and then the Centralist. Okay, it should have been at the top.
It's really easy. You just go to, podcastawards.com?
Yeah, podcastawards.com.
And it's very easy. It's all right there.
Yes. And you know what? There's other things you can vote for there. Most influential male, podcast or female podcast. As a matter of fact, one of the categories the girls are under is most influential female podcast. That's why I wanted them this year because Michelle's got a really good reputation out there, and she is an influential podcaster in the field. People come to her for a lot of different things, so get out there and vote for her. Plus, she's station manager now, so it makes it even more cranky. Get your asses out there and vote. I'm going to give her all y'all's phone numbers if you don't vote. And she's going to do some kind of voodoo hex spell, and you think you got spam now. Just wait and see. It's going to be insane. But y'all got 4 days. That's it. 4 days left to vote. August 1st, there's no more voting. Voting closes midnight on the 31st, so get out and vote. I wish you could vote more than once. What do you think? I wouldn't be able to? No, come on, people. You can only vote one time. It's IP, and you can't vote. It tracks you by your IP. I guess if you want to cheat and get on your phone and start a new account, you could do that. But just vote one time and just do it right. If we win, we win. If we don't, we don't. And Jeanette, I knew you were going to ask that question because I see you posted it on Facebook yesterday. No, Science is not up this year. It doesn't need to be up this year because the girl who won last year and the year before that is going to win again this year because she's just that damn good. I know what I'm beat. There's no reason to waste time or money on something that we're just not to that quality yet. We got better guests than she does, but the way she does her show she does a very well done show. The one I think that bothered me the most last year was a guy sitting in his underwear and his t-shirt in his bed and won. That just still somehow that just irritates me. I can't help it. I cannot imagine any of our hosts sitting under. Okay, it's not even the image I need. There we go. Just strike that from my brain. Just strike that image from my brain. You mean John and Emily? They're going to be at DragonCon. I just said that. You can go and visit. They'll be in Utah if y'all live anywhere in the Utah area, Salt Lake City. If some of my friends down in Area 51, y'all said you're going to come up and see me this year. So let's see if y'all can pull that off. No more supplies landings on the runways. Last time we all got arrested. No more of that. So let's not have that anymore. I don't like sending a military jet and then getting transferred to the little shoe scout in Rachel. That just is not any fun. And, no, the military don't charge you, but Rachel charges $750 to get out of jail. Yeah, if you get arrested in Area 51, that's what they charge you to get out of jail.
Wow.
Unless you get to pass the second station. Then they can keep you indefinitely if they want to. They don't have to let you go. They don't have to do anything. They don't even have to admit you were on their territory. Well, who? No, there was nobody by that name here. You want to see some video? Look, here's the video. All you see is grass and cactus. Ain't nothing else out there. Just disappeared you right off the planet. So no more of those. We don't want no more of those going on. And whoever wrote to me yesterday about let's do a big Area 51 conference. No. Do y'all even see? That just tells me none of you people have been to Area 51. First off, it is 2 hours from anything. Literally, it's 2 hours from anything. You got to go through Ghost Town. You got a Little Rachel, which is I think 5 people live there. No, plus you got to dodge cows and bulls and all sorts of other crap when you're driving on highways where everybody does 100. No, do it in Las Vegas and then drive down there. It's only an hour and it's 90 miles from Vegas. Yeah, it's an hour and a half. There you go. You can drive down it. Matter of fact, last time I was in Utah where I stayed at, it was an hour and 40 minutes. We drove down there and went and hung out. It's very interesting territory because there's nothing out there. All you see is this weird white glow way off in the distance, which is Las Vegas, and you see a bunch of these little red dots streaming across the sky headed that way. Other than that, it's beautiful skies is what it is. I don't know. You have to ask them. There'll be a DragonCon. Come over and say hi. You want to buy? What books are y'all going to have with you up there? I know you're going to have volume 38, but
yeah, we'll have all the L. Ron Hubbard fiction books, and then we'll have Writers of the Future. We'll have the same like what we had at Comic-Con, where we have all the paperbacks up through volume 38. We'll have a lot of volume 38 because that's the new one. But we also had these like blocks of like all the early volumes, and you could just buy a set for real cheap of the,
the
early ones.
And one thing too that's interesting enough does well, we have these Frank Frazetta signed personally autograph lithographs, which they're for collectors, but it's definitely an audience there at DragonCon and at Salt Lake City. And surprising enough, just also at Comic-Con in San Diego, where you find these collectors that just absolutely love Frank Frazetta. And because he was a judge for the Illustrators of the Future contest, he was able to be worked with. And he loved L. Ron Hubbard's fiction. And he said, look at, his nobody wrote adventure fiction like L. Ron Hubbard, really easy to illustrate. So he did the cover for Battlefield Earth, which is the cover that's currently out there. That was done by Frank Frazetta. He did a painting for Mission Earth called The Countess. He did probably half a dozen of the illustrator of the Rise of the Future book covers earlier on when he was still alive, because he was a judge. And he also did the cover art for Final Blackout. And it's interesting enough, if you actually see that book cover, that was a self-portrait. That's Frank Frazetta as the lieutenant, which is the name of the painting. That's the cover of Battlefield of Final Blackout. So we'll have Frazetta prints there, and then obviously all these different books, and then we'll have our winners, and we'll promote it in advance. The various Rise of the Future winners and Illustrators of the Future winners who are going to be there doing autographings at our booth.
There you go, guys. Y'all can see all kind of interesting people. Look, for everybody who's going to be there, the place is a nightmare from what everybody tells me. So get down there, get prepared to do a lot of walking.
Yes, be prepared. Yes. Good, comfortable shoes.
All my friends who live in Atlanta say,
all of Atlanta is convention.
Yeah, that's pretty much what everybody I've talked to lives there says. Oh, drive. Oh, yeah, sure, Joe. Drive to the edge of town and just start walking to where you want to go.
That's right. That is our business.
We pick a day and go in that direction all day and get back to the car later that day. So that's how we do it. He said, because there's just so much to see. And he said, it's not just that what's going on in the hotels. There's little side groups popped up here, little music entertainment over here. Food and clubs are having more entertainment. So it's just a whole scene. And, of course, Atlanta's a decent-sized city. So there's a lot of people live there to start off with. So I was last time. Yeah, I haven't even bugged my sister. I'm going to have to bug her this week sometime just to harass her. And see, I like her new house. It's got a swimming pool in it. It's always good to have swimming pool. The other one had deers in the backyard. So.
Which is unlike other places, is Pat Henry, who was one of the founding owners of Dragon Con, who's obviously is there, and it's a family run operation. So his daughter then is runs a lot of it, but they have mostly conventions. Like San Diego Comic-Con was in a huge convention center. They intentionally don't want to have a convention center. They want to do it in all the main hotels. That way you can have, your meetings in the local coffee shop. You can go to a bar, you can go to whatever, and just that was the original idea of conventions back at the very beginning of science fiction conventions. And that's how I wanted to keep it that way. So the offers to put it in the big Atlanta Convention Center, he said, no, that's in America's Mart, a few of those places that have got it set up, and then just all the hotels convert several rooms into panel rooms. And so they do all the various panels in the various, the Hilton and the Hyatt and all the various places there. And so you have to walk around, but it's just, it's huge, but it's amazing. It's a real fun convention.
It sounds like it is. I know everybody I've talked to is going there and said it's great. I haven't really heard anything bad or anything like that, other than, it's a lot of people, a lot of walking. That's pretty much the number one bitch I hear is a lot of walking.
Family friendly though too. It's family friendly, which is it wasn't always that way, but when we came back, I used to attend it when it first started back in the 80s, and then I dropped out for a bit because I'm interested more in the family friendly aspect to conventions. And so we came back, and I complimented Pat and his family on like, wow, you really made it a very family friendly show. So it's appropriate for kids as well as adults to come there and just have a good time and not have to worry about what they're going to see or being exposed to things inappropriate for kids. So that's what I really like about it. And our books are like that. So it's really nice that that's what they have done.
That always makes it better. Besides, people spend more money when they got their kids around.
That's right.
Right. They do it. And especially if you're kid friendly and take good care of them, they'll spend lots of money with you. So
yeah. But at this show too, where we have parents and grandparents, when they walk by the booth, they'll see the Battlefield Earth says, you need to read that book. I love that when I was a kid, and you need to read it now. Or somebody will be looking at it, and somebody will be walking along and they'll say, yeah, read that book. It's one of the most read books at these science fiction conventions. And we get so many accidental tags for somebody to say, yeah, get that book. It's a great book.
That's it. More than merry that way. Hey, look, that's what it's about. People get out, get the book, read the book.
We're on the first floor of the convention center, or it's the America's Mart is what they call it. It's where the exhibitors are. So we'll be there with a booth on the first floor. And then over at the Marriott, we also have a booth at the art show. And then we also be on some panels, writer panels and illustrator panels. Yeah. And then on Saturday, they have a big parade, and that's just a crazy, you cannot walk outside at that. I mean, it's just, the streets are packed for the parade. And then Saturday, after all day, for the rest of the day on Saturday, we'll have Writers of the Future winners doing signings at the booth.
That's right. Put them little heathens to work. That's all I can say. No, actually, John, all the writers I met were really nice people.
They are, yeah.
The last 3 years worth of winners I've talked to, all the judges I've talked to so far. The only one, for some reason, Tim and I can't seem to connect, but everybody else, it's been pretty easy. And and I miss Larry, so him and I got to get together. But other than that,
which Larry? Else, Larry Niven or Larry Elmore?
Larry Niven, no. Larry, about last week.
Elmore, the artist.
No, somehow or another, something happened with a communication, but we'll catch it up. But other than that, everybody else is done. I'm looking forward to talking to Jody again. Her and I had a blast. I don't even remember what we talked about. It was a crazy show.
With who?
Jody and I.
Jody, yeah. We had a blast, and she's one of my new favorites now. She's up there with Tom and Echo.
She's great.
I gotta send Tom an email and tell him I've been pimping him out. I said, oh yeah, y'all love it. I said, yeah. What did I tell him? $29 a minute. I said, we can work a deal.
Oh dear.
Hey, well, you gotta make some money on the side somewhere. Last time I talked to him, he said he was busy as all get out.
Yeah. And, he won't be at Dragon Con or FanX this year.
Yeah, he told me he was seriously business.
Yeah, one thing that's amazing about Writers and Illustrators of the Future is that even though all the judging, like the winners are blind judged, so we have no idea what these people are like. But just because of it's kind of like evolved, especially over the last 3 years or so, like you're saying, 3-4 years. But for the most part, all along, the people themselves are just really nice people. We have no idea. They're not judged based on personality. They're judged only on the quality of the story or the quality of the art. We have no
That's
idea.
because someone judging their personality wouldn't win. So it's a good thing. And I don't mean that in a bad way, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, because it's blind judging. So there's no other criteria for being selected than, is it a good story? Is it good art?
Yeah.
And fortunately, for the most part, we've always ended up with just really nice people, and you've met them.
Oh yeah, I met most of y'all staff. I met all the winners. What is it? One of the new site admin, which I'm going to kill before this is over, but was going through. I forgot what she told me the other day. We have 250 hours of archives from y'all, not from y'all, but from the last 3. And I was like, really? She's like, I thought it was a little less. I thought it was like 120, 140, something like that. I mean, I know because last year I got a couple of late ones in, and then we got a couple during the year. And this year we've been doing them. We were on a 8-week kick where we were doing them every week. So plus whatever we did when we were there. So they add up fast, I guess, at 2 hours each. But everybody's been a blast to talk to. Ladies and gentlemen, you notice, so the illustrators, when they get, once they become judges, or when they are more or I should say more successful in their career, they get to be very chatty. Okay. That's all I can say. But for the most part, most of the illustrators I interviewed, the interviews lasted between 15 and 30 minutes. The authors, the shortest one was an hour. Because I just let them go until they were done. And I think the longest was an hour and 48 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, so I can't remember if that was Lazarus or if that was.
Was that Lazarus?
No, it might have been Lazarus, but it might have been Wildman. It was one of the two of them.
Chris?
I can't. Yeah. So it was one of the two of them, and then no, what's the other guy's name? No, the Wildman from the year before last. He was almost 2 hours. I think is that his name? Luke Wildman, is that his name? Yeah, he was from the year. Yeah. And he was almost 2 hours.
Wow.
And Tom and Echo could do 2 hours standing on their heads. I don't even worry about them two. I was like, they were easy. And the three of them, that's still one of the more popular. I think it was on Facebook. One of the places it did 10,000. It was on one of the Facebook pages. It did 10,000. The three of them. It was just a chit chat conversation.
Tom, Echo, and who?
And Larry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was the three Musketeers. Or Larry Curly and Mo, depending on how you want to go. They were cracking me up. By the way, Echo was in charge, just in case y'all didn't know. I'm not taking no heat. She's a bad influence on me. But no, they were all great interviews. Everybody was a lot of fun to talk to. A couple of them I thought might have been tough interviews, ended up being easy ones, like the young lady from Spain. She seemed a little bit.
Yeah, Natalia.
Yeah, once we
got, oh my gosh.
Once I got her talking, she was good. She was I met her husband, I think, the last day, or boyfriend, whatever he was, and she once she got going, she was good to go. She's like, oh yeah, I'm fine now. Let me chat away. Mm-hmm. If y'all hear a scream in my house, it's my new 7-ounce kitten I found underneath my house.
Oh wow!
It's literally this big. I'm not kidding. It's this big. I put it on a scale. Yesterday it weighed 7.2 ounces. I'm like, really? It just come walking out from underneath my house. I got construction going on my house, and I got construction outside being done on my house. And I kept hearing this cat for like a week and a half. I'm like, where the hell is this cat? I thought it was underneath, or we got soffit underneath because the house is raised. So maybe it's in there. And finally, a couple of days ago, I seen it underneath these boards. I said, should I get it? Should I let the mom keep it? Well, it came out and got on Linda's foot, so that was the end of that. Wow. It somehow, little thing, not even 2 weeks old, struggle, got across my concrete, climbed up on the brick and landed on her foot. I'm like, well, I guess we got a new animal now.
Wow.
It's living with us now.
That means 7 ounces. It'll be able to bond with your.
The Chihuahua. My little. So I got 2 blackies now, because that's what they call now, Blackie 1 and Blackie 2, because they're so black you can't see them. Literally, if my lights are off in the house, you cannot see them. My Lola, we actually got glow in the dark shirts for, because if the lights off in the house, you can't see ass. I mean, she's only this big to start off with. So. Fiona's got some white in her, so you can see her. And Fiona gets out your way. She's been around a little while. Lola's like, no, let me just get up on your feet and kill you now, Daddy. Like, oh, we're going down the stairs. Let me see if I can trip you. I'm thinking,
Which one? Which one
Huh?
likes to be on the show?
Oh, that's Lola. That's my black one. Yeah, she's
Lola.
the movie star. She got her own TikTok page and everything. Shit, they're trying to start her a Facebook page. I'm like, leave her alone. I guess now her and whatever Miss Kitty, whatever this cat's name's gonna end up being, I guess they'll be on TikTok together. Fiona don't care. She's like, Lola knows what time is it? About 15, 16 minutes she'll be coming in the room. She knows when I've been on air for an hour and she thinks it's okay. Daddy needs a break. Let's go in there and see what he's doing. Let's walk around. Let's bite him on the ankle. Fiona don't even care. My other though, when I wanted past Max, he was the same way. Charlie didn't care, didn't want to be on the camera. Max would crawl all the way up till he got right up my shoulder and go to sleep. And he'd stay there for the whole show. I'm like, Max, what stop? I mean, he was only 4 pounds, but still. Oh, they spoil.
You have your image to uphold.
Yes, well, and then somebody in the house likes to color coordinate them to whatever I'm wearing, which is weird.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's like right now she's wearing a black shirt with this little blue thing around her neck. And she goes flashing by. I'm like, that's insane, people. See,
it's you dressing them.
No, it's not me dressing them. If it was up to me, I'd like my big one. My big one. She's 11
Get
pounds.
over here.
Lola is spoiled. I mean, then I wake up like 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, why are my arms getting numb? She done crawled up underneath my arm and went to sleep. I'm like, Lola. I'm like, my arm's like 10 times what she weighs. I'm thinking I'm going to crush it. She's out. She don't care. The other one comes and tries to get up on my chest. I'm like, what is this? Get out of my bed. Sleep on the floor. But no, somebody spoiled them. Not mentioning no names. Linda.
So the initials of JM.
No, I'm guilty of spoiling them a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm giving them a lot of stuff I shouldn't give them. Like they're probably the only chihuahuas around here that gets filet mignon. So I went and bought. Well, I went the other day and bought 3 racks. I bought one for my stepson, one for my son, and one for myself. And I had them cut up to about 2.5 inches thick. And I brought them home. Well, Linda likes to wrap 2 at a time, but she don't eat steak anymore. And I'm like, why are you doing that? I said, because you know what's going to happen? The dog's going to get half of one. And sure enough, they get half at least one. and I tell all the time, and you wonder why they don't want to eat dog food. Yeah, okay. If I had a choice between filet and dog food, what would I be eating? I don't know. And yeah, people, I'm poor. Make a donation so I can feed my dogs.
Yeah. One thing I wanted to bring up is, and for people to understand why it's important that they vote for these shows.
To feed my dogs.
Joe. No, it helps a whole lot in terms of like getting other people, because we're talking about 5 great shows here in their respective areas, and the value of having one of these awards just makes it easier to get an increased audience, which we're trying to do to get, when you have stuff to say, because there's so much false news out there when they can actually get, here's just like from your senseless, here's some straight news about politics, or here's stuff on ufology with what the girls cover, all these things here. I think it's important that people understand that by voting for it and getting us an opportunity to raise ourselves up at the platform of podcasts, because there's literally tens of thousands of podcasts. How do you get yourself heard above those? This is one of the ways to do that. And anybody that follows this show under UFO Undercover and all these podcasts, it really will help make it to get that little bit of extra edge we need to become heard.
Well, we were talking about y'all the other day because, somebody said about writer contest. I said, I have the #1 writer contest on the network. I said, John Goodwin and Emily run the damn thing. I said, and they're like, really? I said, you never heard of Writer's Future? He said, yeah, but he said, really? I said, I'll tell you what, here's John's podcast. Go listen to it. I said, I think he's up to 188 right now. I said, go check it out for yourself. They're like, really? I said, yeah, you can go listen. There's no video. I said, no, he don't do video, but you can go listen to your heart's content. And because he's big in the writing. He'll be submitting something to y'all for sure this year. Okay. Matter of fact, went and gave off a case of books. It was about 2 weeks ago. And I'd given out y'all's address. And I know at least 10 kids in this writer's class, want to submit. I'm like, you don't have to ask me, just submit. Yeah. Oh, I don't give it to you. I said, no, you go to writersfuture.com and you submit. Yeah, I said, I got nothing to do with it. I just like talking about it. I said, I'm still, having a hard time that they're actually honest. I said, so just go submit. And that's the teacher. He said, what do you mean I said, you know how it is. People tell you this, people tell you that. There's always some catch. I said, I've been out there now 2 years in a row. There ain't no catch. They're like, really? I said, none that I can find. I said, and if there's one, they hide it really well. And I said, I'm pretty nosy SOB, man. And I said, there was no conditions. They didn't tell me I couldn't talk to this person or that person or this person. They said, yeah, talk to whoever you want. And I said, I literally talk to everybody.
Yeah.
And I said, sometimes I snuck up on and talked to everybody. And I still got to send Maliva all those photo bombs I got.
Oh
Yeah.
I got her photo bombing a bunch, and I got me photo bombing a bunch. There's a couple of them I just walked up right as the picture was being taken. I'm like, send me a copy. I need that. There's a lot of that going on this year. I don't know what that was about. But she's fun to torture, too. She probably wants to kill me, but she's fun to torture.
But we've had a lot of high school kids enter the contest. They haven't won, but
well, these are high school. This is second year college.
We had high school.
yeah, but college we
Emma.
definitely had winners, and we've had maybe 2 high school winners, but we've had just a ton of entries. But the main thing is the reason why Eleanor Hubbard created in the first place was to encourage and provide a platform for the aspiring writer and artist, and that's what it's there for. And he funded it, so there's no other, and he pays for the whole thing, and that's just all it is to that. And that's something he did while he was alive, and he continued it after he passed in '86.
I know. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I know this year we've given away 7 boxes. I don't want to call them cases, 7 boxes of books. See, I know 2 went to high schools, 2 went to colleges, 1 went to a library, 2 went to elementary schools, middle schools, not elementary schools. I'm sorry, like junior high. And everybody was real happy to get it. Everybody asked 5 million questions. And I'm always said the same thing. Matter of fact, when we did it at the two high schools, they asked us if we'd speak. I said, we're not going to speak. I said, I'll just tell you where you can find out all the information you need now. I said, I actually missed the teacher. I said, here's the info. Go read the site and you can tell them. I said, you don't need me to tell them. He said, how about, I said, they're not going to just speak for anybody. I said, they're busy people. I said, I do this because I like them. I said, and I like what they're doing. I said, so we're just trying to help out. I said, because one of them asked me, would he come down and speak? I'm saying he's not going to fly down from LA to come down here and speak to y'all guys. Sorry. It's not going to happen. I don't want to be rude. Well, if you're in the area, it might be different. If you were nearby or something, I might say, hey, why don't y'all swing by?
Well, next time we come by to see you, then tell them.
Because they were.
If we can get some more signed books, if we get some more autographed books, would you be able to do some more of these capers?
I'm getting them out. Now that people know we started this, I've been getting requests. I had Biloxi Middle School wrote to me and asked me if it was possible to get them. I said probably right not at the moment. I said, but sometime before the end of the year, I'll hook y'all up with something. I said we get a lot of stuff going during the holidays and stuff like that. I said we get a lot of stuff coming in from a lot of different areas. And I said, and a lot of people know that I'm into the Writers of the Future thing too. They've been sending us like books they've had from before, cases they've had. One lady sent us 2 cases she had sitting on her. She said they'd been sitting on a desk and unopened for 2 years.
On the radio show. I'm calling Sarah right now if she's got any books.
Oh, Sarah. Oh my, I see Sarah over there. Sarah's my favorite.
So
man.
Sarah,
Okay,
you're on the radio right now.
Hi, Sarah.
Hey, how are you?
No, I recognize her voice. Oh Lord.
So
are they working even now?
Yes, we are. She's also in quarantine after the Comic-Con.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
Joe's been having a lot of success with if he offers a signed Wolf Rise the Future book, if someone donates a box of books to a school or a library, do we have any signed books left that we could send to him that he can do this still?
Yeah, I do have a few.
You hear that, Joe? She said she has a few.
Cool.
So how many can I say we can send to him that he can then make this offer again to get boxes of books donated to libraries and schools?
Like 5?
Okay, good.
That'll work.
Good.
Right.
So you heard it live right now from Sarah. So we'll send you 5 signed books, and you can use that then to get people to donate.
What did I tell you?
Oh.
She had a clothes change, but look, it's time.
Okay, thank you, Sarah.
Sorry, yeah, I played by Chihuahua.
Joe?
Sarah,
Thank you, Sarah. Thanks, man.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, she looks like a Power Ranger.
Yes. Oh, wait. Let's put her thing up here, man. She's cool now.
She looks like a Power Ranger.
She does like a Powerpuff, more like it. All right, you done? You come visit a daddy now? I know it's the top of the hour. Okay, let's go. She got to make her stop. She can't help herself. I don't know what it is. Something that started when she was a puppy, but now she's
now she's a full-fledged diva.
Yeah, she is a diva too. All 4.5 pounds of her ass.
Yeah.
She thinks she owns the house until her big sister gets up. Then it's like, oh, hey, I love you, big sis. She goes does something else. No, actually, Micah, to answer what you were saying, when John was talking to a friend, person they work with, Sarah, who I think is one of the sweetest people I've met. Her and Emily, like you get around them, you get kind of like sick. They're so sweet. You're like, you got to leave and go somewhere. I'm just saying, I'm being honest. But anyway,
Terrible.
that's a good thing. I meant that in a really good way. I mean, y'all are just really sweet people.
Sick.
I'm from New Orleans. Too much sweetness gets you, a little
So I gotta
weird
get
job.
here.
So,
No, you don't want her mean.
No, I know that. I already heard something about her when she's mean. So
Anyway, so you got 5 books coming your way.
yeah.
Signed autographed books.
So what goes on with this, ladies and gentlemen? We give away one of these for one case of books. If you've got them in your house, now these are specific. These are right at the futures of books. Now you can go over to galaxypress.com and get them from right there. You can get them from Amazon or wherever. You can buy them from wherever you want, but it has to be in the anthology from book 0 to book 38 is where we're at right now.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to get crazy and send other L. Ron Hubbard books, I might consider it if you send more than 5. But still, and we would prefer
A box
new
of books is
It's 10 or 12.
it's
depending on
either
the
10 or
volume.
12 books in
Okay, so there you go, guys. You mean like the ones I was giving away last year? No, those also came off of Galaxy Press. They were and I thought they were like 7 books.
Battlefield Earth.
Yeah, it was like no, it was like from 31 to 36.
yeah.
Anyway, it was something like that. But y'all can go look. There's lots of stuff to look over there on this website. So I mean, if you've got them, fine. If you want to go to Amazon and get them, fine. Anyway it goes back to Galaxy Press. I mean, you can go right over to galaxypress.com. I mean, it's really easy. Click, go. I've got a couple things off the site. Matter of fact, I'm still waiting for something else from the site, but I'm not going to mention it because I want to upset my good mood. Anyway, moving on. Y'all can go over and buy them right there. Or like I said, you can go to Amazon. Well, they're all over the place. I mean, anywhere books are sold, you can pretty much find them.
Yeah.
So you might get a little better deal in the sets at Galaxy Press, but if you want to shop around. But that's the deal. So you'll get one not one like just like this one, but one like this one with the autographs in it. And this one's kind of special because it's double autographed. So at the gala, I was walking around having people autograph it. See, everybody autographed this one like they had a book signing. So everybody autographed. That's what that little tag's in there for, because somebody marked the pages where they're supposed to sign the book. But while I was at the gala, I had this book with me. So I had them sign it again while we were there. So it's kind of like a double signing. And
Nice.
So anyway, it's unique to itself. It's the only one of its kind. Yes, I know. How did that work out? How did I get something unique from y'all? Yes. It was. No, I had a lot of fun there too. Actually, Larry Niven, he turned out to be just as sweet, as nice as could be.
Yeah, he is.
He's a really
Last
nice
year he looked. I'm telling you, last year he thought I was Darth Vader. I'm just telling you, he thought I was Darth Vader, or something worse. I'm not sure what it was, but we got along good this year.
Good.
Yeah. That's his favorite event of the year is Rise to the Future. That's his favorite event.
Yeah, he was having a good time. I know that. I forgot who hooked this up because last year I forgot who it was, but this year they walked up. Oh no, it was Joni. Grabbed his arm and said, "Okay, Joe, you're in charge of him now." I was like, "What? What the hell? Wait a minute. What's going on here?" So she just wanted to make sure I kept him out of something when we were doing the walk up. No, but he was a lot of fun. He talked about all kind of stuff with him. I didn't realize he'd be that chatty, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, he's in his
Well,
80s.
I know, that's what I mean. I didn't realize it, but he was quite chatty. We had a pretty good conversation about several different things.
Yeah.
From Writers of the Future into some other kind of weird sci-fi things. But
I mean, he was the one that wrote Ringworld, and that's one of the most famous science fiction stories out there.
If you can carry an intelligent conversation, you will have a long, nice chat with Larry Niven.
yeah, we were having it. If everybody would quit interrupting us, we'd had a really long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually told some little girl, I forgot who it was, somebody from the press walked up behind him and went to tell him something. He said, "Not now, I'm talking." He kind of put 2 fingers up. I don't think he was trying to be rude. He just had a thought he wanted to get out before he let her interrupt it. Because once he got the thought out and she started talking, that was the end of that conversation. it was on to something else. But it's what they're there for, to be seen. I'm just there to learn is what I'm there for. Guys and girls, write and submit, because I'm getting ready to kick these 2 out of here in a few minutes. But y'all have to write and submit. It's the only way you're going to get to meet them, unless you go to Comic-Con somewhere and happen to run into them there. You're not going to get to meet all these people unless you're there. And I'm telling you, it is blind judge, just like they tell you it is. I've met the judges. I've met the people who go through them ahead of time, the coordinators. I met everybody. And so far, everybody's just exactly what they said they'd be. Besides being really, really sweet, which still scares me. I'm telling y'all, guys, it's like being in one of them movies and you just waiting for something to come get your ass. I'm telling y'all, but no, they're super nice people. And frankly, for as busy as they stay, to be as nice as they are, it takes a lot of effort. Because all the people buzzing around me, I'd be like, "What do you want now? Didn't I just tell you this? Get your ass upstairs." Hence why I don't do this for a living. Somebody told me you should teach. I said, "Oh no, I should never teach." I said, after I tell you something twice, you either learn it or too bad on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing. Then you're not a good teacher. You just don't ever teach. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to be a teacher. I never had any ambitions to teach. I wanted to be a doer, not a teacher. I wanted to be a doer. That's just who I am. Christian, galaxypress.com. Yeah, galaxypress.com. If you want to go look at the books, they got all kinds. They got books and pads and all kind of stuff. You can go over there. They've even got it on scan disc cards and stuff. So however you want to do it, it's over there. Lots of books to choose from, not just from what we're talking about, not just the anthologies. There is a lot of L-Ron's. Well, all of L-Ron's books are there. So you can go in there and just peruse for days on end and see what you like. No. You're getting confused. No, he's not. Okay, first off, he'd be ghostwriting if he was writing the anthologies, okay? Just so you notice, he passed a few years back.
86.
86, yeah. So, no, the anthologies are from the winners. They win. Those illustrators and those writers go into the book. It wasn't always illustrators. It was just writers in the beginning, wasn't it?
Well, the way it started was just writers, and we hired artists to illustrate several of the stories. And 5 years into it, we then launched the Illustrators of the Future contest, and we had Frank Kelly Freas, who is one of the most famous pulp illustrators from the Golden Age, who was the first coordinating judge. And so that's the point. Then we started combining up the winning illustrators. They're given the winning story from each of the 12 writers, and then they illustrate that story. They're commissioned to illustrate it. And then it's that illustration that the judges decide who is the grand prize winner for the illustrators contest. But you're right, it started 5 years after the writer contest started.
Yeah, no, I remember somebody told me that once before. I was, whoops. It's and I was like, well, that's actually a good thing, though. I mean, because the writers need illustrators, and illustrators need writers. So somebody's got to be illustrating for something. Somebody's got to be writing for something.
Yeah.
It made such a difference too, because the front of the book, each book now has the 4-color artwork of the illustrators, and nobody else does that. There's no other publisher that will do something for the artists of what the 100 Illustrators of the Future contest does. And it's really quite a credit that they can put in their resume that they've done that and they've been part of that. We even get now, because there's so many people that enter the contest from over 175 countries every year entering, people will put in their resumes that they were honorable mentions in the contest or they were finalists. And of course, obviously they're a winner, but it's so well known.
I mean, in the 3 years I've been associated with, I've seen how many of these people have gotten jobs and decent paying jobs and both on illustrators and writers. Oh no, guys. Actually this year's bunch seemed to be doing pretty well before they even got in. Yeah. So it's interesting to watch. And I like it for two reasons. Originally I liked it because I just was checking up on these guys, I'm not going to lie, but see, for me, it's different because I'm looking at these are going to be the guys who are going to be writing the sci-fi I'm going to be watching when I'm old and decrepit, going, all right, yeah, I knew him, I knew her, yeah. Or doing the artwork or some game I get into, which I don't get a game anymore, but eventually one day I might get. God, I think now that you said that, Bruce, I don't think I picked up a game and stick in, I don't know when. Jeez, it's been a long time, 15 or more years. Yes, for somebody who couldn't live without gaming every day, I went from just... Yeah, I think radio took over. Yeah. I think that's what happened. I think it took over. And my brain works a little different than it used to when I was younger. So it'd have to be much more involved to start off with. Dungeons and Dragons. Everybody's going to be a Dragon Con. I don't think anybody who's not going to be there. Somebody will be representing everybody there.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean DC and Marvel? I'm sure somebody will be there.
Oh, well, I just realized with the Writers of the Future panel, which we've got, I'm not sure which day it's scheduled. You can check on the programming. but we're doing a special world premiere of a video of Anne McCaffrey talking about how she writes, and because she was one of the original judges and she passed away like 10 years ago. But so we've got a video of her, like we just did recently with the
Frank Frazetta.
with Frank Frazetta, where we had that video up that we released at the opening of his museum at Boca Grande, Florida. But this, we're going to have it as part of the panel, the Rise to Future panel. We're going to premiere that. So that's pretty exciting too. So if you do go to Dragon Con, make sure you come to the panel.
Oh, I will, because I interviewed both Todd and Jody, who both were writing with her. So it'd be interesting to hear it in her own words.
Yeah, so that panel will be Nadia Corfor, Larry Niven, I think Kevin Anderson, and Jody. And then we're going to put in this video of Anne McCaffrey as part of that as well. Then I'll be moderating that panel.
Todd was trying to talk me into reading. I said, Todd, you want me to read it? Put it on a disc, my friend. Put it on a scan disc, and I will plug it in. I will listen to it every time. It's easy for me to do that, because people say, how do you do that and not get distracted? I said, it's easy for me. I'm just listening to what's going on while I'm doing whatever I'm doing. And usually I'm always doing 4 or 5 things anyway, so just listening is kind of relaxing while I'm working. And I get to listen to a lot of stuff like that. And but we're not going to talk about that either, because I'm still waiting on something from someone, not mentioning y'all, someone else. So y'all will probably know before I will. I'm waiting on my new pad is what I'm waiting on. We finally came to a settlement. And we'll see. He still swears it wasn't. I said, look, dude, it was the last place I had it was in your car. What can I tell you? I said, and I talked to the lady who rented it from you. She said she didn't even look around in the seats. I said, she didn't see anything. Your guy who, before he brought it to the car, he said it wasn't there. So either he snatched it or someone else snatched it. I said, but I had it in my lap, and I said, it was in the car. I said, so it was in between the seat and the sidewalk. I said, it might even still be in there as far as I know. I said, but he said, well, I said, you got insurance? Use your damn insurance, you tight ass. Excuse my language. And so he sent me a thing the other day. So I don't know how they arranged it, but anyway, I should see it in the next week or two.
Good.
Yes. Well, no, I was pissed because I was in the middle of something when it disappeared.
Yeah.
I was now I have to go find out because I don't even remember what story it was. It was something I was really into, and then I was like, and that's how I knew it was going, because I went to go listen to the rest of it. I was like, man, what is this thing?
Yeah.
I was like, all right. Then I started digging through 5 million things I had with me. And then I had to go make sure I didn't leave it at the old studio, since it's, oh God, I don't even want to talk about that either. Since y'all were there, they took over a whole another section of the building now. You know where we did the shoot at in that one room?
Yeah.
It's all part of the other suite now.
Wow.
So they already took over the side where the studio was, and they took over that side. So I told him, I said, I was talking to one of the owners. I said, well, look. He said, why don't you put it in the other building? I said, what do you mean the other? He said, the one on the causeway. He said, you can use the antenna on the thing. I was like, really? I said, okay, well, that'll work. So I'm going to get it for a year for free.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah.
Right.
I run maintenance for their building, so we'll see how that works out. But this is the one they spent, I mean, literally $40 million remodeling this building, and they've never used it since. They remodeled it and they remodeled 3 buildings, and the guy who owned the big part of the company just sold off half the company and then started a new company. And I was like, what the hell? And then the buildings just sat there. They just recently sold 2 of them. I was like, what? Must be nice to have that kind of money just sitting around.
I know, huh?
But you can leave a $100 million building just sitting there empty. I'm like, wow, and not even phase you. Oh yeah, Joe, you can use. They're giving me one of the corner suites upstairs. I was like, well, that's cool. We'll see how that works. Well, I've been hunting for a new antenna system, a new antenna place, and it would be nice to get one in the metro area. I was thinking about maybe closer to where I live, but we're putting one up here. I think we're going to do it. I think it's August, September, we're going to put one up here. It's going to be an 80-footer, so we'll see how that does.
Wow.
And that's 10,000 watts at 80 feet. It'll probably get us, I don't know, 50, 60 miles in each direction. New Orleans is actually 60 miles from where I'm sitting. That's why we want one a little bit closer. Now, if we get one in Metairie, that's different. That'll cover the whole metro area, so we'll see. I got to see what the FCC regulations are for that area, but it shouldn't be any big deal. Sorry, guys, and that's boring stuff for the listeners out there. Go vote, go vote, go vote, go vote, go vote. It's all you're going to hear me for the next 3, 4, 5. I got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shows.
Podcastawards.com.
Yes. Easy. Podcastawards.com. Go vote. Then after you go vote, go buy a case of books. Okay. Sorry, guys. That burglar alarm went off. That is my burglar alarm. It's weird sounding. See, listen at it. So you weren't content being in here with me. Now we got to bark at something. You want to adopt a chihuahua?
Anyway, as you were saying, which is very important, if they want to help donate books to schools or libraries,
Yes.
What
This
do
way.
they do?
So it's. I'm about to shut the studio door in a minute. I think. Hold on a second. Sorry, Daddy had to get violent. As y'all can see, I didn't even move. Anyway, guys and girls, sorry about that little burger alarm incident. But so go over to Galaxy Press or anywhere that sells L. Ron Hubbard books. We really would rather you donate to Case. They come. You can get the anthologies from 0 years all the way to 38. But if you want to donate some other stuff, that's fine too. Let's just figure a minimum of 7 to 10 books and box them up nice and neat because we're not going to separate it. Whatever you send us is going to whatever school it's going to go to. Now, if you live in the Mississippi area, or if you live in a New Orleans area for that matter, and you have a particular school you wanted to go to, write to me or have the school contact me. Either way, and then when you donate it, and we'll send them out. Boom, you send in a case, we'll send you out this one. And so we're not keeping any. So this is what's happening. You're sending it us, so we're sending you back the signed volume of 38, and then we're taking that case and going to bring it ourselves to whatever school we're going to bring it to, or whatever library we're going to bring it to. It's nice. That way they don't have to buy them, and they're there. They'll be there forever. We'll all be dead and gone, and books will still be on the shelves. Yeah, look, when I was in school, there was books in there from, oh, God. Some of the books were ancient. I mean, the paper felt like it was going to crumble in your fingers and stuff. It was so old. So, I mean, it's a good thing for everybody involved, and it gives young people, even old people, something to read. Matter of fact, it was funny because the last time the two teachers were in the writing class, they were already planning on reading it from the first book to the last book. I said, "You've never heard of these?" He said, "No, I've never heard of these guys." I'm like, I said, "Dude, you've never." And I said, "Okay, I see, I understand." I said, "You know who L. Ron Hubbard?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." I said, "But now I understand this is the book separate from that." I said, "So I couldn't understand for a minute there why he didn't put the two together, but I guess if you've only heard it as Right of the Future, you don't necessarily know that L. Ron's he's the one that sponsored it." Yeah. And but no, they seem most interested. I know he wrote me a letter. I think I got it last week, an email last week. Thank you very much. I said, "You're thinking the wrong person." I actually gave him the email of the lady who sent the books. I said, "Write it to her and tell her thank you." And they're like, "Really?" I said, "Yeah, that's where they came from." I said, "All we're doing is giving away the one book, and then we're just making sure these get to whoever they're getting to." And I even told a couple of people.
Well, that'd be great. Those kind of letters when you get them,
because
our staff.
I can forward them over to you.
Yeah, we love that kind of stuff because it's this part of our inspiration of like why we like to do that when we know we're helping kids and helping, people that to read better or to be able to appreciate good storytelling. That it really validates, it's good for us. That's the kind of juice that keeps us going.
Well, I know one of the ladies who she wanted to send in a case bad, but she couldn't afford to. She showed me the book. She took a picture, showed me everything, but she couldn't afford to send it. I said, "Don't worry." I said, "Just send me the information station. I'll pick it up." She was just stunned. I said, "No, it's not like it's $1 million or anything." I said, "It was like $15 or something." I said, "It's not a big deal." I said, "We just want to make sure they're getting to whoever they want." She said, "That's such a nice thing." I said, "No, we just want to see people learn to read." I said, "When I was a geek, I was young. I was a geek. I read a lot." I said, I don't get to anymore because I said, I'm just too busy." I said, "But I said, my life doesn't afford it." I said, "But one day I'll probably retire and go back to reading." I said, "Never like my wife, Miss, who could read a case of books in an afternoon." I'm telling you, y'all should have seen it with Anne Rice's book. Go get it a book. Them books weren't cheap back in the day. Go get it a book, bring it to her. I'm like, well, now I got to wait another year for the next one coming. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, woman. You got to be kidding me. She did. She can read like, I don't know. Just bitching at me the other day. She needs new glasses so she can read more. And I was like, okay, whatever. Works for me. It's one of them things. Guys and girls, that's what happens when you get married. That's things that happen when you grow up. One more question, and we got to get out of here. To who, what, and where? Nope, that's dumb. That's dumb. That's dumb. What the hell? Where's my mouse at? Nope, that's not even related to anything we're talking about. And Bobby Jack, is that how you say that, Bobby Jack? Sending books to the Ukraine may not be an option at this time.
Right.
Yeah.
It's, I don't. It's not that I could probably get them there. I got enough friends in Europe, but I don't know if it would be a help or a hindrance at this point. That's wasting things that somebody else could be sending something more important. It's not that I'm not saying the books aren't important because if you're stuck over there, you might want something to read right now. But using those kind of stuff to get books in when you could get in food or medicine, that's a tough one. If you really want to send to the Ukraine, I would do you can do a red box, and if you want to put one of the books in the box. So when red box sends out the box of supplies, they'll give you a list of the stuff they want you to put in the box. They'll also have that book when they open the box. There'll be something laying there. If that's what you want to do, yeah. Yes, unfortunately, I know a lot of this stuff. I've done a lot of this stuff. I know, baby dog. I know what time it is. It's see, she knows, buddy. She don't play around. She keeps a clock, but I don't know what it is. She's like, all right, one more. Whose autograph? Yeah, I'm sure John will give you an autograph. Emily will give you an autograph. Just walk right up. What do you want him to sign? Wait. Before we even go to let's go back for a second. Scroll down and tell me what we're going to be signing here before we talk about any autographs. Oh, you got a Writers of the Future book and you want? Yeah, I'm sure they'll sign it for you. Bring it on in.
Yeah,
you might get lucky. One of the authors might be there, or one of the illustrators.
There will be authors there Saturday.
Yeah, see, there you go. You get the author to sign it. Come up Saturday. Why does your name sound so good, Jackie? Bobby Jacks. Where do I know that? I know that name. Who are you? Because I know that name from somewhere. I know that name from somewhere. What? Last question. What is it? GalaxyPress.com. Yes, GalaxyPress.com. Yep. Go right there and buy them. WritersOfTheFuture.com if you want to submit. No, Johnson drilled these into my head. I could tell you in my sleep. I'm just teasing. No, WritersOfTheFuture.com and GalaxyPress.com. Yes, either one. One for joining or taking the course, which we didn't even get to talk about tonight. So you have a great course over there. Writer's course. Doofus, what do you think I was talking about? Tell y'all all on some kind of high trip tonight because y'all thought I was gonna be talking about aliens. Y'all all got high in the chat group. Oh man, I am seeing some weird stuff. Maybe I've been doing some shrooms or something. What do you mean, pets? Oh, I don't know. You'd have to call DragonCon and ask. I don't know if you're allowed to bring pets to DragonCon. You better call and check on that.
No, you can't inside. No, you'll only can bring your if you need to have the
service dog.
Service dog.
Yeah, when they mean service dog, they don't mean your little chihuahua that keeps you from going crazy. That's not what they're talking about.
Mean your emotional support squirrel.
Yes, none of that allowed. Real service dogs only, which makes perfect sense to me. It's okay. That's it. We're gonna go. Y'all all go do something till later on because we still got to do promos and stuff in a few minutes. I'm telling you what, they're whack tonight. Every now and then we get a group like this, and thank God it ain't the old days where you can be putting your hands up and getting in the middle of a conversation. Mm-hmm. We used to have an admin for our other chat group that could block anybody because the mic, if you didn't have somebody on the mic, they would just cue it up and start talking. You'd be loud in the middle of the show, so you hear somebody. Yeah, that's. I'm like, what? Just be talking away. And Glenda, yes. You can find my address on the website. Yes, you can. And you can send it to that address and it will send it here. Or there's two websites. One will send it to the studio in Mississippi and one will send it to my office in New Orleans. Yes, 3350 Ridge Lake, Suite 200. 70002. Yeah. Address it to Amy. Put Amy/Joe because Amy's the receptionist. Yes, and she will make sure I get them. And I'm not going to give my house address out over the thing, but it is available on the UPRN website, so you can go over there and get it. Because I don't know what kind of crazies are listening tonight. And if you want to send it here, you can send it here. Yes, so you can do it like that. Either way, it doesn't matter to me. I'll get them either way. I'm in both places all the time. So, except on weekends, I'm in both places every day. So send away, and then you'll get the right. No, it's not going to happen. It's like the picture. Well, y'all can't see it tonight because it's not in the frame. These are two things y'all not going to get. They'll be here forever. You're not getting my double autograph book. Maybe I get that to my son when I die at 100. He can go sell it to somebody. But it's going to stay there for good. And they're in LA, so you got to go out to LA. So if you win, they fly you out to LA and they take good care of you. If you lose, they say, okay, we'll submit next year. It's real easy. I know, but anybody who wants to know all this information, there are at least 10 archives that Emily and John and I have done where you can learn everything we're talking about. Yeah. You can learn how to submit the archives. You can learn about the course. If you're scared for some reason to go over to writersofthefuture.com and look at the course yourself, you can go on several archives and listen to it. John and Emily and I talk about it in great detail. So go over there. I would recommend it if you're up and coming or somewhere in the middle. I would recommend it. If you already think you're a pro, you can't submit anyway, so it don't matter. Well, I mean, if you make an X amount of money, you can't submit. And all the rules are there for that as well. Same thing for the illustrators. That's the only way you're going to know. But we got to go. Any parting words, ladies and guys, before we go?
Yes. You need to
Exactly.
vote.
Yes, vote. And
Get
vote.
out and vote.
And get out and
Get
vote.
your ass out and vote. See,
And
Emily's
hopefully
polite.
Hopefully we see you at Dragon Con or Salt Lake
Yes.
City.
Oh, I'm definitely coming. So I'll definitely be able to see y'all
We'll see
guys.
you there.
So
Absolutely.
guys and girls, y'all be good. And I'll talk at y'all real soon. Ladies and gents, that is John and Emily Goodwin. I'll be dropping us out to a promo because I forgot what's going to be coming up in a minute. Oh, I won't even be able to talk to y'all when we go to promo. So I guess I'll talk to y'all real soon. Ladies and guys, y'all going to be hearing one of the podcast award things coming up. I believe it's the one for UFO Undercover. And then there'll be two more at the end of the show so that we got to make sure all of our shows get equal cover. And then when we come back, we're going to talk just a little bit about why aliens would want to abduct anyone on this planet. So until then, stay tuned. Dun, 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 dun. Oh.
It's time for you to get out and nominate your favorite podcast. There's a show I want you to consider for the People's Choice Podcast Awards, UFO Undercover, in the category of entertainment. This show brings you some of the most revealing and current research that is being done with respect to alien abductions and contact. Host Joe Montaldo has been an abduction researcher for over 35 years and is uniquely qualified to bring you live interviews with some of the most well-known researchers in ufology. So go to podcastawards.com and nominate UFO Undercover in the category of entertainment. That's podcast